Hey, hi, how are you? My name is Walt, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a combo deck in Magic the Gathering. A Jeskai Reanimator almost control asterisk deck here. It's a deck that's seen the rounds on the internet a few times. I believe it's done a few of those 7-0 on a YouTube channel type things. It's like, look at this thing crash people in standard because this deck's really good. And to be fair, it is a really strong deck. It's a really powerful deck. It does what it does, and it does it very well. It's very hard to interact with because a lot of it is graveyard recursion. And if it's not graveyard recursion, you are playing a semi-controlling gameplay, and you have alternate win cons in the deck as well, such as things like Elder Dragon War, Wandering Emperor, and Burn Down the House. It can be very difficult to deal with once its combo gets rolling. It has lots of ways to keep itself alive. And on top of that, it's just strong, because the whole point of the deck is to slam Portals to Phyrexia on the board, and make your opponent sacrifice a bunch of creatures, and then steal all their creatures. Or pull back your couple of guys in the graveyard, such as a Sanctuary Warden or a Cityscape Leveler, and put them on the battlefield and make them cause problems for your opponent. This is not my original creation. This is a thing that I have net decked. I will hit you with that warning ahead of time, so I'm not the best at piloting it at the moment, but the bottom line about how it functions is something that I'm very used to because I am a Reanimator enjoyer. I just typically do the Invoke Justice style Reanimators where you pull back like a real big Sanctuary Warden or like a real big Titan of Industry. This is all about using Repair and Recharge instead to pull back your Portal to Phyrexia or your one with the Multiverse. Now, personally, I might slot in an extra Invoke Justice or something around here, but this deck is already very tight. It already has kind of everything it needs. Because like I said, it's not my deck. I'm not going to toy with it too much. I'm just going to play it as is. As for protection and board wipes and such, it does have Brotherhood's End. Elder Dragon War is technically a board wipe if your opponent is running a bunch of tiny little cheap creatures. It can be very powerful. 2 damage to each creature and each opponent can be pretty helpful into aggro matchups. Burn Down the House is another good one for that reason, and there is a copy of Farewell in here. I would consider maybe slotting in a second Farewell into like the sideboard or something if you're taking this into best of 3. But, you know, a little bit neither here nor there. As for ways to mill out yourself to get your Phyrexias, Levelers, and Multiverses into your graveyard, Elder Dragon War does that, Fable of the Mirror Breaker does that, as well as the key component, Faithful Mending. Faithful Mending is gain 2, draw 2, discard 2. For a white and a blue. Very powerful card, really keeps you going against certain matchups, and combined with the Wandering Emperor, you have a fair amount of life gain in the deck. It can make it really hard for a burn deck or an aggro deck to really just like grind you down and kill you. Overall though, I think this deck works really well. Like I said, it's not my deck, it's more of just, I'm showcasing a solid meta deck. If I can find it again, I will probably post the Aether Hub link to the original deck's creators version of the deck, because their mana base is better than mine, because they have a better mana base than I do. Such is life sometimes, right? And also I just want to credit the person who the deck came from. So yeah, let me in the comment sections if I don't find it, and I'll try and find it again. I record these videos very far ahead of time sometimes, but I will try and do that, and there'll be a bunch of gameplay that follows, and we'll see if this deck holds its own in upper platinum into lower diamond territory, which is where I'm currently ranked at the time of recording. If you like this video, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff. And let's hop into the gameplay. Alright, we are on the play. We have Faithful Mending, but we have no blue mana, so I feel like this is a mulligan. Being on the play, we keep a Fable, and we just really, really hope that my opponent isn't running too much of an aggro game state. Really, really hope for that. Okay, looks like it's going to be a little bit aggro, but hopefully not too aggro. Probably mono black. Yeah, looks like mono black. Maybe mono black draw? We're just going to keep doing our thing and kind of almost ignoring our opponent. Curse of Leeches. Not what I expected. Drop the portal. We could go ahead and repair and recharge this turn, but I think the better play is to just hold up Wandering Emperor to exile maybe their Leeching Lurker that they probably want to just... Yeah, okay. I say they're going to swing because they want the big damage. But we're going to go ahead and exile it with Wandering Emperor. This is why we held off on the repair and recharge. This is a combo deck But you do need to be careful about when you use your combo. There's nothing in the graveyard for us to hit right now, by the way, so there's really no reason to even bother to play around the portal yet. There's no real reason to do that. We might repair and recharge this next turn to try and they just whiff their land drop? That's rough. We're just gonna keep swinging. Is this something that the deck can do? It's not the best at being on the beatdown, but it can get on the beatdown. Ah, Shieldred. Well, if they're going to full price Shieldred, we're gonna go ahead and hit our draw here. Drop our lands because we are swimming in the mana right now. Draw for turn. Resolve. Repair and recharge, get back the portal, make them sack their Shelly. Keep growing, my boy, ya Goblin Shaman. And the opponent scoops. Yeah, that's what this deck does a lot. If people aren't really aggro into it, they end up having to scoop because you have like a really high life total and you're gonna Portal to Phyrexia them and start stealing their stuff. GG's. Okay, opponent goes first. We do have a Sunset Revelry here, which isn't bad. But we don't have a way to cycle out our portal, and this is pretty expensive. I think we keep it? Because Sunset Revelry can be surprisingly good in certain matchups. If they try and like burn me out with mono red, aggro, try and go ham with mono black, Sunset Revelry can be pretty good. It doesn't let me draw, but it allows me to get bodies on board and gain life. I've been playing a lot more of these slower mono black decks lately. Where they're not playing all the little one drops. I think no matter what happens this next turn, we just play Fable out here. Fiction Puppeteer, huh? We could play our Portal, but I think the Fable is probably better. I think the Fable's probably better. Not Portal, sorry, Faithful Mending. We don't need to care about that, we have a Faithful Mending. We discard the Portal to draw and hope for our land drop. We find our land drop. We swing. That doesn't kill me, so I don't have to care. I think we Sunset Revelry to get some chump blockers and some life back. And we hold up wondering, oh, never mind. I tapped my mana wrong. I only have one white source. That's my bad. That's my bad. Interesting. I don't know why they did that there. I guess because they're like, aha, I get my extra life and +1 counters and stuff. I don't know why they're not going to swing with the thing that physically cannot be blocked, but what do I know? Draw 2, discard 2. Sorry, Imp. Sorry, Faithful Mending. Now, let's cancel that, shall we? Go ahead and swing in. Do we hit them with the exile all creatures? I think we do to keep our life total high. That does make it hard for us to use our Portal to Phyrexia effectively. Don't get me wrong. But I think keeping the life total high is pretty powerful here. Oh, well. We can probably yoink their Gix on this next turn then. Why are they playing so many Gurgling Anointers? Alright, whatever. Invoke Despair. Fun fact, you can do stuff like this and invoke Despair to save yourself some hassle.
Keep watch for intruders.
Summon a Planeswalker up. make it drop a little token, and then all of a sudden your opponent draws maybe one card. Let's just go ahead and hit the gain some life button. Unfortunately, it has to be cast. Repair and Recharge doesn't actually cast it. We can yoink one of their Gurgling Anointers, though. Play this so that our Gurgling Anointer grows as well. Oh, well. That kind of wins us the game, I think. Especially when we grab our second portal here. They now have to sack their whole board state. And now I start sealing 2 of their cards per turn. Welcome to how this deck works. And the opponent scoops. Yeah. This deck's really strong. I'm a little confused as to why they're going the route they are. Maybe they're just trying something different and fun. But, yeah, no, the Portal Phyrexia, 2 of them, I'm stealing 2 creatures a turn. Really powerful stuff. Okay, I am on the play, and I have 4 tapped lands. Okay, technically I have 1 tapped land, 2 slow lands. But I have Imp, I have Faithful Mending. I'm feeling pretty good. I could potentially draw into an untapped land. If that's the case, that's really good for me. If I draw into any of my untapped lands, I can use... I think if I draw into any of my untapped lands, I can Faithful Mending. Looks like my opponent's probably playing either Izzet or Jeskai. This could be a mirror match. Or it could be the Izzet Prowess deck. That's been making the rounds a bit. Looks like it's probably just straight Izzet. You don't really run too many basics in my deck. I say we try and go for the Fable and get it countered. Why do I say it like that? Because there's no way that a blue deck has 2 open mana and doesn't run counter spells in it. Okay, it's probably the Izzet Tempo one that runs Haughty Djinn. It's probably Haughty Djinn, Izzet Tempo. Maybe not. That's okay. I was really expecting the Haughty Djinn to just I mean, it could still be the Haughty Djinn one. It's one that I've seen. Man, they really flooded on lands if they're dumping 2 lands, huh? What do I try and do into this? I think I might just try and play Faithful Mending here. I could play Wandering Emperor and probably get out more counter magic, but they have a full grip right now. They have 6 cards. That probably includes 3 counter spells if they're playing the Izzet Tempo deck. I think regardless, we have to try and play something on their turn here. And I think Wandering Emperor might just be it. I am shocked to see more than 1 copy of Spell Pierce. Why do I say that? Spell Pierce is kind of bad right now. Like, straight up kind of bad right now. This is like the only time where I think it's like good. Is into like this particular deck list. If they have a 3rd Spell Pierce, I will be absolutely shocked and appalled. Because it's not that good of a card. It misses. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, like, you seriously have a 3rd Spell Pierce? No, they don't. That makes me feel better. Spell Pierce isn't like that. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Knew it. I absolutely knew it. Alright, time to Faithful Mending. Even if they counter it, I have a second one / the mana open for it. The only problem with playing these players is that they don't know how to play quickly. And I mean that in like the most rude way possible. They play painfully slowly because they have to think through every single possible move. Apparently. Yeah, I think they both just gotta go. Funny enough. Just go for the Imp and see what happens. And by see what happens, I mean get out a counterspell, because that's all they're playing. Oh, did I actually catch them with their pants down? Dang, I should have repaired and recharged. We may just concede here in a minute, though, because, one, it's absolutely dull as fuck to play this deck. It's the bad version of the mono blue tempo deck, and by bad version, I mean it's the one that makes you fall asleep. Literally. Like, they've already started roping on a whole lot of nothing here. Because I'm assuming that the best counter spells they've got are, let's get out more protection from them. Come on, play your fade out. Ah, Fading Hope. That's actually much better for me, believe it or not. Because that means they now have to full replay the Huddy Djinn, which takes a lot of mana. See? Now they only have 1 open mana. You have 6 open mana. I hope I draw an extra land. If I draw an extra land, that means Make Disappear can't hit me unless they sack something, which they don't want to do. Cool! Let's see what happens. If they have a negate, our game plan is ruined, dead, done, and dusted. If they don't have a negate, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I guess they could technically phase out the Huddy Djinn. If they have that. Nope, they don't have that available. Alright, well that's really nice for me. That's a free Huddy Djinn for yours truly. And they scoop. Yeah, that's why the spell pierces were confusing me. Like, Make Disappear is better because you can sack a creature and make it be pay 4, right? Negate is better because when Huddy Djinn's out, it's the same cost. Heck, even Urtai's Skoin would have been better there. They think they had the 2 open blue mana. Regardless, maybe all the counter spells they hit with those first 2 spell pierces. They were a little aggressive with them. I think countering the early Imp and Fable was just not the play. GG's anyways, I guess, but... Opponent goes first. We have 2 sweepers and a Fable. But we don't have anything that can be played before then, and all we have are tapped lands, so we need to cycle and go again. I'm pretty sure that's the only, like, correct answer here is cycle, go again. That doesn't give anything away. Cycle, go again. Much better. Negate on 2. Fable on 3. I think we actually dropped the repair and recharge here because we're very likely to draw into another one. I think that's the play. We'll find out though. We'll find out if this was a mistake. Okay, tapped Dimir colors. Maybe they're piloting my... They're not piloting my Dimir deck. That's crazy. Negate. If they play any spells, we can negate them. Just an underdog. Okay, that's not really scary. Just play a Fable. If they kill the thing, it's fine. That's not really the point of the deck. We don't want it to just, like, trade for underdog, though. I think that's probably not the play. I hope they don't just play Shelly. That'd be annoying as hell. I remember when I said Shelly would be annoying as hell? Well... Here we are. Drop, drop. Gonna hurt. We swing though, and we pray. They fell for my trap card! Unironically. Like, I don't know why they did that. There was no reason to block that. Hey, I mean, I guess sometimes you just walk into something that you weren't expecting, right? They probably have another Shieldred in hand though, knowing how unlucky I am in this game. Oh no, it's a Kaido. Bye, Kaido. Alright, well, we have 2 portals to Phyrexia, and no way of playing them. They probably have a removal spell here. Yep. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't have another creature on board. I feel like that was just eating 2 life for no reason. I think if they swing Tenacious Underdog, we don't care. We do care about the Teferi, though.
Here I am.
I think
Nobody
we
knows the past
draw
better than me.
first. Okay, well. We bounce the spirit token then. We're in big trouble right now. I am now very sad that I didn't have the whatchamacallit, the repair and recharge in my hand. I should have dropped the other portal, but there's no way of knowing that ahead of time, right?
It's nice to see a familiar face.
There's no way of knowing ahead of time that you needed the portal to Phyrexia, right? Or not the portal, sorry, the repair and recharge. We might just have gotten unlucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I only have 6 open mana. I need 3 more. Alright, yeah, unless I draw my farewell here, which I did not. We are now dead on board. I mean, alright, well, we are dead on board. However, there's a chance that my opponent misplays, and that's what we have to play around. They didn't misplay. Alright, well, that's game. That's unfortunate. I ditched the portal thinking that it would be... There's 4 of each in the deck, right? So that's just a toss-up. Do I get more portals in hand, or do I get more repair and recharges in hand? And I guessed wrong. That is, I didn't draw any of my cycle cards other than my Fables, and I didn't cycle fast enough, I guess. Such is life. On to the next one. Alright, I'm on the play. I have Fable on 3, 2 tapped lands. This is gonna be another game of Azoria Soldiers where they run negate. That video's not making it in because it literally was, oh, my only chance at winning got negated because I didn't play around negate for soldiers. Because not a single deck list of the soldiers deck has ever run negate. Ever. So that is my bad, I guess. Right? You know, that game's not making it in. Just know that this deck lost to soldiers because they ran negate, and it was absolutely weird as hell. I've never seen soldiers run counterspells before. It has still shaken me to my very core. Alright, so... Esper little tiny creatures? What am I watching? What is happening? We drop Elder Dragon War, I guess. Draw 2. Play the land that doesn't hurt me. I don't know what's going on in ranked right now. I'm playing against the weirdest decks. They hold Prio on something. I don't know what they're holding Prio on, though. We don't need those. I don't know what they just held Prio on. I don't know if they have a counter spell or what. Either way, we're just gonna vibe. We have to wait for them to tap out to use repair and recharge. They are Esper after all. Okay. I don't... What? They run Hero's Downfall and Esper? This is so weird. Alright, let's get Wandering Emperor. They don't have any... Was that it?
Run away.
Was that...
You'll be safe there.
They just...
Guards, to me.
Oh, okay, I guess that's it. I guess they just happened to have one instant speed spell holding up priority. I guess that was it, huh?
Then.
I guess that was really it. That was they had a Hero's Downfall holding up Prio. Alright, well, bringing back Portal. Bye-bye to your spirited companions. Do I think Esper has a way to kill an artifact? I don't think so. I don't think Esper can kill artifacts, can they? They can play Rafine, I guess. Give me card draw, thank you. Do we just board wipe? I think we just board wipe. I think we just burn down the house. I don't know what they're playing. It looks like some type of weird, like, value engine. Give me dog. It just gives us a bunch of life here, which is necessary for what we're about to do. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One more. What the hell is this? I am so confused as to what my opponent is doing. You can't... okay, you really tapped my portal to Phyrexia.
Who's counting?
I don't quite know the purpose of that, but okay, buddy. This is going to hurt us again, but... Actually, I think we dropped the... We need the land, though, actually. Drop the Fable. Yoink the Rafine. They can't interact with the Unearth trigger. They actually run Infernal Grasp? Are you kidding me? What incarnation is this deck list my opponent is running? What the fuck is happening? What is this? What is happening? I don't know what's happening, man. I don't know what's happening. Alright, well hopefully I just find another repair and recharge here soon, and I can get back another portal. I don't know what's happening. Holy cow. Maybe I just draw another there we go. If they have like a negate or something, I might scream. They have one card in hand, and if it's a negate, I might unironically just scream. Oh, thank God! Oh man, I run into some janky decks these past few games, and they've been confusing me so hard, they throw me off my rhythm with a deck like this. When someone goes from playing like the hard net-decked meta decks to slotting into Fairy and Sphinx of Clear Skies into their Esper deck, it can really throw you for a loop if you're not ready. I guess GG's, their deck was winning, but, you know, second portal, that kind of seals the deal. On to the next. Opponent goes first. Unplayable hand. Go again. Playable hand. Keep. Made this mistake before of dropping the repair and recharge, but I also think I need the Brotherhood's End. Just in case it's an aggro matchup. I made this mistake in a previous game where I dumped the repair and recharge, but like I just don't have anything to use with it, so like I physically do not need it. They have 6 cards in hands, right? Alright, so if we pay for that for the Sunset Revelry, we draw and gain a life. Ah, see, we found our other repair and recharge. It's fine. It gives us card and life advantage to do it like that. They are playing a lot of tapped lands. Elish Ilkor. Well, Brotherhood's End is probably going to make a big impact then. We're probably going to play around it. We might dump the Sanctuary Warden here in a second, because I don't think we're going to play it that much this early. If this is a Rotodropic deck, I'm probably in a little bit bigger trouble, but typically that's like not that common. The Rotodropic deck isn't... Okay, this is going to be a beautiful Brotherhood's End. The Rotodropic deck isn't that common of a deck. Oh, perfect things to yeet. Oh, thank you, game. I appreciate that. Alright, well, while they're tapped out, make sure you hit the Brotherhood's End. Wipe their board. Play card. I don't think Orzhov's going to have much interaction with artifacts, because a lot of their best interaction cards were from Silver Quill College, which literally doesn't exist anymore. Alright, time to end this game already. Portal Phyrexia. Why do I say into this game already? My opponent doesn't have a board state, and I have a portal stealing their cards each turn. I'm astounded they didn't immediately surrender. Maybe they have something that they have in mind for the portal. Maybe they just have a really powerful card in their hand. Maybe they have a shield Druid and they're like, aha, I can beat you with the power of a 4-drop. Alright, I guess they're just going to yoink back one of their cards here. But what do you not want me to get though, right? The Slaughter Specialist? Really? Not Ela Shield Core? The Death Toucher? Alright, well this game's really over now. Can play lands off the top. Can play a Portal to Phyrexia off the top. I think this game is really over now. That is brutal. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I guess I made the right decision to bottom the whatchamacallit though. The repair and recharge, because we hit 2. And we yoinked back a portal and a 1 with the multiverse. GG's opponent. Alright, just a little post-game wrap-up here, like I normally do. Deck's good. I went positive. It was like 6-4? Something like that? That doesn't sound right. Probably more like 5-3. Something along those lines. I don't keep track of my things. I don't run something cool like Untapped GG. Maybe if they sponsored me, I would. This is a joke. Don't take me too seriously. You can see me be a type of goofy person like this playing all sorts of variety content over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/FalkHides0955. Either way, the deck works as advertised. Bring back one with Multiverse, bring back Portal to Phyrexia, win game off it. It's got a big old learning curve because you got to know what to play, when, and where. I think it probably does better in best of 3, ironically enough. Even though decks like this typically do worse in best of 3 because your opponent will be like, oh, I know what you're doing. I'll just play around it now. I'll play much more graveyard hate. But like, it's a really explosive deck. So if you know to play around those cards, you can maybe slot in some more counter spells or removals or something like that. Deck does perform as advertised, though. I think it's a really strong deck for best of 1 because you can really catch your opponent by surprise by slamming Portal to Phyrexia on turn 5. It's really powerful as a 5-drop. It does suffer into controlling matchups. It does suffer into counterspelly matchups because you only have 4 times that you can try and pull stuff back from the graveyard. And if you whiff all of your repairs and recharges, you're now playing a super grindy game to depend on stuff like Emperor, Fable, Elder Dragon War, and Burn Down the House. You're trying to depend on those at this point, and sometimes those can be really hard to close out a game with. But that's just something to keep in mind if you do get all 4 repair and recharges, either stolen from hand, exiled, counterspelled, stuff like that. Hope you liked the video though. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And regardless of how you felt about this video in any way, shape, or form, I hope to see you in the next one.